need to stop think about what people think about us. We need to stop think about, look here, my life got better when I stopped thinking about what people are going to say about me. Hello YouTube, today we're going to be looking at the perfectionist trap and why you should stop overthinking. Perfectionism is a trap. Like, perfection actually does not exist. Wow. Perfection does not exist. So hold it right there as we look into how much of a trap perfectionism is. Now, in the meantime, if this is the kind of content that you like and you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead, hit that red button and share with your family and friends so that you guys can actually learn with me each week as I post the videos every Thursday. Stop trying to be perfect. Imperfection is actually perfection, and that sounds like it's like warping the mind, but imperfection is actually perfection. The reason why imperfection is perfection is you actually learn from mistakes. You learn from being imperfect, and each time you make mistakes, it actually teaches you to become better at what you do. So imperfection is actually perfection, because your flaws makes you who you are. When trying to be perfect, we overthink, and the thinking happens in the mind. Now, your mind is your, what should I say now? Your mind is your most special asset. This is where everything happens. It is said that we think at least 60,000 thoughts per day, and 80% of these thoughts are negative, and 80% of these same thoughts are what we actually think about every day. So that 80% is actually something you thought about yesterday. So you thought about it yesterday and you're thinking about it today again. Therefore, you are actually bashing yourself every day. 80% of your thinking moment is negative. And if we can learn how to be aware of our thoughts, then we can actually put a stop to overthinking and put a stop to try being perfect. Perfection is a trap. Perfection was taught. I mean, ever since alright guys, ever since I was small, ever since I was growing up, it is always a thought to be perfect at what I am doing. You had to get the perfect grades, you had to go to school on time. This system was generated before even our grandparents were born. If you really look at it, this is a system that was generated before our grandparents were born. Now, who is to tell that this same system from 1901 is going to help us out in today's day? Is this system still actually the best way to look at life? Are you going to be happy in the long run? Like, if you look at my face today, I came on here today without makeup, and that is for a reason. It is actually for the reason and the purpose of this video, because we all have flaws. I am not a perfect person. I have bumps on my face from time to time. I have eczema, so sometimes we wear makeup to let things look a little bit more flawless, but I am just saying I am not perfect. I don't have a flawless face. This is me, this is who I am. So I think it is fitting to come on today's video without makeup, as we are talking about imperfection and why it is necessary. Coming up has been so hard on a lot of us. It's so hard for us as children when we always have to have the proper grades. When you know you're learning ballet, you have to get all the things right. You're a basketballer, you have to get at least 20 points each game. You know, every single thing has always have to be on point, and this affects the mind. And the fact that it affects the mind normally leads to anxiety and depression. because our mind was conditioned to be in the perfectionist trap, we are always sitting and overthinking. Now for me, I like to actually do. It's easier for me to go ahead and do. I prefer to get the vision now and to do it, instead of sitting, overthinking, allowing it to brew, allowing to think of what might happen, what's not going to happen, and all of those times while I'm sitting to make it perfect in my mind and on paper, somebody else is starting the process. Because you actually learn from mistakes when you dive into the thing and is actually doing it. Until you begin to do it, no mistakes can be made. Until you make mistakes, then you actually cannot find the problem that you are having. So we need to actually stop where we are at and revamp our life, revisit this old perfectionism thing, and realize that we need to be more authentic. We need to prioritize our happiness, and we need to stop think about what people think about us. We need to stop think about, look here, my life got better when I stopped thinking about what people are going to say about me. I spent so many times, my depression was partially based on that too. I thought way too much about how much people I was going to let down, what people were not going to think, what they were going to think. I should be a teacher, I should be a nurse, I should be some form of, civil servant, because that's what we were taught. If you weren't going to grow up to be a doctor, a lawyer, a teacher, or somebody, then your life was set up wrong, and that's how our minds were conditioned. So we weren't conditioned to be thinking about being entrepreneurs. We were conditioned to think about being what the system wanted us to be. And so a lot of our businesses are now failing because we don't have an entrepreneur mindset. We have the mindset of being a perfectionist into the system that we were taught to be in. But this system, this perfectionist system, is actually a trap. And perfection is not real, it is fake. And when we start to realize that flaws are necessary and we need them to survive, then we will stop being perfectionists and we will move on to being who we are supposed to be. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. I hope you actually picked some sense out of nonsense and realize that we need to put our happiness first. Realize that we are most important to us when our minds are free from overthinking. Thank you for watching this video. My name is Tamara Cuthbert Daly here at Tamoy 87, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.